Welcome to the cult. My name is Naomi, and you're watching my channel, Saint to Siren. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when I post because we're so happy you're here. So, today's topic, I'm going to share with you how I siphon so that you can see how I use the flow of energy for my advantage during social interactions. And in this particular social interaction, it's going to be when I'm dating someone. Dating someone who's talking to other girls in my face. All right. So I live in the Bay Area, and there's this one concert that happened, I think, a couple months ago, called Friends Only, and it was at the Midway in SF, and Metro Boomin was the headliner, like, and that concert was awesome. But anyway, I had gotten 3 tickets. I had asked the guy I was dating if he wanted to like go with me, and obviously, bring another friend. He ended up bringing a few other friends, which was dope, and we just had a really good time overall. But inter- interestingly enough, um, when we were there, it was all good, but he started to like interact with other women, which is cool. Because and oddly enough, when he would like after he would like talk to other women, he would come back and tell me, who they were, whether they were a friend or they were just playing around with his other friends, saying that they wanted to talk to her or whatever the reason was. Which honestly, I that's never happened to me before. I thought it was like pretty odd. So I don't know if he was actually trying to like prime me for when he was like seriously trying to talk to another girl around me. I'm guessing. But nonetheless, I digress. So, his network was actually able to like get us backstage. Um, and before we got backstage, though, he said like an interesting line, which I do want to point out. When people say things that make you perk your ear up, like what? Be aware of it. So the strange thing that he told me was, he was like, "Are we on a date?" No. And I was like, "Huh?" Like I I wasn't going on to the concert, or I got tickets for an intention of a date. Like that's why I got like 3 tickets. But like we were talking, so I did expect like some level of respect, but out the window. Anyway, so I thought it was a red flag. It was a red flag. And it was pretty much telling me to prepare for the shenanigans that were about to for the shenanigans I was about to receive. Anyway, we make it backstage. Everything's dope. Like it was such a good experience overall. But he started to focus on this one girl and like kind of talk to her off on the side, and he never came up to me to tell me like, what was going on like he did the previous, encounters he had with other women while I was there. So in my mind, just from that comment before we got backstage, I was like, oh, that's an enemy action. You are my enemy, and I will treat you accordingly. Right. I was like, okay, so the fun really begins because I don't know if anyone else had this experience of the person that you're talking to going to talk to somebody else, but I'm very familiar with that game. But I don't think he was familiar with mine. So let's break it down. So he went to go talk to another girl. He was kind of like off at the side. Obviously, I peeped it, and the first thing I did was stay calm, okay? Because again, I feel like I don't know if he wanted me to have a reaction, or he realized there was work at the party that he wanted to work on. And he didn't care about me, right? Enemy action. But I didn't want him to siphon me, right? Cuz it's natural for someone that you're talking to that you've kind of like invested in. If you see them talking to somebody else right in front of you, you're going to spaz. You're going to feel some type of way, right? I did not. I stayed calm. I relaxed. I'm not going to give you energy. I'm not going to mean mug. I'm not going to come. I'm not going to pull up. I'm not going to make a big scene. I'm not going to make a big show. Nothing. Everything is okay. All right. You want to be calm. Also, you also want to be calm so that you can spot the opportunities, spot the opportunities to siphon. Think of this. Think of it like, this is a great analogy. Think of it like a boiling pot, right? When a pot is boiling of water, even though water is clear, you can see through it. When the pot is boiling, can you see clearly to the bottom? No, it's turbulent. All these bubbles are forming, and the water is like popping out of the pot because it's boiling, just like anger. You can't see clearly. You can't see to the bottom. You can't get to a resolution clearly, right? So that's why you have to stay calm so you can see opportunities to siphon. Also, when you're calm, then they feel like, oh, she wasn't triggered. She wasn't bothered. She don't care that I'm talking to another girl. It makes the wheels spin in your favor in their mind, right? What When I'm calm, what do I do next? In my previous videos, when it comes to defense, I preach mimicking. You mimic anytime you need to um, protect yourself or defend yourself. You mimic the person. You just, because it titrates the right energy that you're going to give to them. You give them back the right energy. Me acting up is giving too much energy. Me being mad is giving them too much energy. And I don't want to do that. So when I say mimic, though, when it comes to, I just want to break this down. When I say mimic, though, I, for me, I'm not really going to go talk to another man, but he is trying to give distance. So I'm going to mimic that. I'm going to move away physically. Because remember, we're backstage, Metro Boomin playing, right? We're backstage. And also, I'm having a great time. I don't want to spoil my own time. Like, I bought these tickets. I'm not going to spoil my own situation. And I also don't want his friends to see me react and spoil their experience. Like, just make a big fuss and upset. I want to stay relaxed so everyone else, right? I want to stay relaxed so everyone else relax. One thing, a bit of spiritual knowledge I'm going to give you is that so many times you want to like control a situation by exerting force, when really, when you control yourself, you control the situation. So me being calm makes everything else, even though he's playing some devious games and being turbulent, me being calm keeps the situation calm. Me being calm keeps his actions on highlight, keeps what he's doing, that focus over there. Now, if I start acting up, now the focus all of a sudden is on me and no one's looking at what he's doing. They're just looking at like, oh, she's tripping, she acting up. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. So that it's so important to stay calm so that you can see the opportunity to siphon, so that you can control the situation. Also, so that you throw them off their rhythm, thinking that I was going to blow up or act up because you're talking to another woman. No, you did an enemy action. You are my enemy and I will treat you accordingly. And I did. So what did I do? I mimicked as part of my defense. Now, I didn't mimic to go talk to another man, but I mimicked as in he wanted space to go talk to another woman. I will give you that space. And in turn, when I gave space, I was actually walking around. I was thinking, well, what else is backstage? What else can I get into? Right? Minding my business. He's going to be like, well, where's she at? When you leave, that person who's trying to trigger you has their focus on you for your reaction. Keep that focus on you. Okay? You want to keep their focus on you. Keep that focus on you while he's talking to another girl. So I know he's going to be looking for me like, where's she at? Then I saw my opportunity to siphon. One of his homeboys or friend, I don't know, whoever, someone that he did tap in with and acknowledged, saw me and he liked me because I realized he kept buzzing around me. His friend kept being around me. So everywhere I went, his friend casually went with me, right? Now, I'm not going to um break the ice and say what's up to his friend. No, I want to siphon both of them. So, also, he's going to see his friend buzz around me, and now he's fighting a two-front war. And we all know in grade school, who's ever fighting a two-front war loses. And when I say two-front war, I meant he's talking to this one girl trying to make me mad, but I'm over here with his homeboy buzzing around me, and it's making him mad. It's making him concerned, right? So that's what eventually happens. I'm distant, I'm far away, I'm doing my own thing, I'm being calm, I'm being relaxed because it's not a problem. Also, I'm thinking about on the situation, do I really want to spoil my time? I'm backstage at a Metro Boomin concert. Ty Dolla Sign just came off stage before him. No, I'm enjoying my time. I'm relaxed, baby. If you don't want to focus on me, I'm not focused on you. So, pretty much how it plays out for the rest of the night was the guy that I was talking to, who was talking to other women, started to come back and want to guard me against his friend that was buzzing around me. Do you see how that works? You can reverse that flow of energy of attack when you're calm because you see to see opportunities of improvement. I mean, sorry, see opportunity. God, that's for my job. To see opportunities. I'm not on a pip, I swear. I'm sorry. To see opportunities to siphon in a very calm and relaxed way, especially if you are attractive. You know what I mean? But irregardless of if you're attractive or not, if someone's trying to siphon you, imagine they have their focus on you. They're trying to get a reaction off of you. But if you give no reaction, they're going to keep focusing on you. And then if you go out, if you mimic them, okay, they're talking to another girl, they want distance. I'm going to walk away and give them distance and have them wondering, well, where did she go? What is she doing? Oh, don't let another person like me and buzz around me. Now you're fighting a two-front war while I'm relaxed, enjoying my time. So at the end of the night, I was siphoning too. And I had no intentions of siphoning anyone. I just wanted to have a good time with the guy I was talking to. But he showed me he didn't like me. And I had to show him that it didn't matter and that I love me. So at the end of the night, I was siphoning two guys. The guy I was talking to at that moment and his friend. That's how I siphon in a very calm and relaxed way. I'll also give you another nugget. Me, I'm not the type to be aggressive, but I am always the type to respond. Why? Because when you are aggressive, you show your hand first, right? You show your position first. But when you respond, when you see where the opposition has placed themselves, now you actually have the freedom to respond and be creative any way you want to. The response is way more flexible than the aggression. You see what I mean? I hope you guys can pick up what I'm putting down. Sirenism is so lovely. Energy work is so lovely. It how everything play and you can strategize around it. You can literally just massage the situation in your favor. Okay? So I hope that gave you a little more knowledge of how to be a siren, how to use energy, to your advantage. Bye.